Hello, everybody, and welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving! Thank you so much for joining in. I'm 99% sure I'm going to air this on Thanksgiving, and if I don't, how awkward would that be? So, thank you so much for joining in. You might ask yourself, what's inside the box? Well, guess what? You responded so much to my last video that I had to bring this on for Thanksgiving, and look at this. This is just some of the vintage and estate diamond rings that I bought over the course of the 2024 season. And you know how I say season because my seasons never end. As an antique dealer, one rolls into another and it's a continual. So over the last, now almost 29 years of habitual buying, but this little grouping were diamond rings that I bought in 2024, and I just wanted to bring them on really quick and show you what I personally look for. I'd like to welcome you all in, and again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing me out. My channel numbers are way up again, and I thank you all so much for getting me there. So thank you so much for sharing me out. What I look for in vintage diamonds, it kind of varies by time period and by style. Obviously, I consolidated this down to just the diamond rings. I've bought diamond earrings all year long. I've bought diamond pendants all year long. Oh, and before I forget, big news. Bully Run Coffee, Jeremy's coffee shop, his virtual coffee shop online, he has decided that starting tomorrow, Black Friday, he is going to run a sale on coffee until December 6th. So make sure that you go over to bullyruncoffee.com, go over to the website and place some orders. In our last sale that we had on Bully Run on Tuesday, he sold so many bags of coffee that he was delighted. He was beyond ecstatic, and I thank you so much for showing him the same amount of love that you show me. So please go over to Bully Run Coffee. It's a special Black Friday sale. It starts tomorrow, or I should say it starts tonight at midnight or 1 minute after midnight, and it goes until December 6th. So please go over and support Jeremy, and he would be so forever grateful. He will be doing some videos on his channel as well, some lives and some pre-recorded and some interviews with me. But back to what we're here for. I wanted to talk about a few of the diamond rings that I bought, and I could zoom in on these with a loop and you could see how internally flawless some of these diamonds are. There's not a lot of carbon, there's not a lot of issues, and these stones are very, very white and very, very beautiful as I bring that closer to you. With the world's dirtiest loop. This loop has been my good luck loop for, I think now this has been with me well over 25 years, and you can get better and, ones that are lit up and all those fancy things. I'm very simple when I go after what I'm looking for. But I bought this at a consignment shop, this first ring, and I don't want to stay on these too long, but this is a carat gauge. I had shown you this before, and it's a carat gauge, and when you open this, most of this helps with is round stones. There's a few marquise, there's a few baguettes, but most of this, what this helps with is kind of getting an estimated carat weight of round stones. So you open it up and you look how long this has been with me, so beat up and I should probably just get a new one at this point. Most of the numbers are worn off, but I have it memorized, so I don't worry about that. But then you just, look at the drill hole through the gauge, and then you line up your stone behind there, and you can see that that's approximately 23 points on the center stone, more appropriately 20. You don't want to see a lot of air around the stone, meaning you don't want to see, space around the stone. And that is just a very quick gauge. So that's like a 20-point center stone. And these on the outside, to me, they optically look around, between 8 and 10 points. So let's take a look at the 8-point and see. And this is just an approximate. So there you go. That looks about 8 points to me. Maybe just, let's see here. Slightly smaller, but you can't get right on top of it. But you can kind of eyeball it. So maybe those are closer to a 6. Let me take a look here. Slow down so I don't tell you something wrong. I think those are technically more 6-point stones. And you can see air around that, but you're at an angle, but you can see optically, those look about 6, maybe even 5 points. Those are probably closer to 5-point diamonds. But then you can add them up. You know, you multiply the 5 times however many stones you have, and then you have an approximate carat weight. So that helps me with at least an idea of what the carat weight of the diamonds would be. And then I have a really good idea as to what I should pay and then what I would sell it for. Again, I stay very current in the market. With lab-grown diamonds, I'll do a video on that very soon. They have already kind of infiltrated the secondary market. So we'll talk about lab-grown stones. I guess we'll go down in rows, and then you can kind of see these up close. As you know, I have a tendency not to buy contemporary jewelry. That's not my thing. When I find something like this that's way underpriced and contemporary, I will absolutely go after it because there's so many clients looking to beat retail. If you went into a jewelry store, one of the big box stores that I refuse to go into, when you go into those stores, you would find such a ring for, let's say, $2,200, you know, quote, on sale for $1,800. Is it worth that? I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to say my preference is buy it on the secondary market from a reputable source, a reputable dealer who's been doing this a long time. This one's solid 14 karat gold, very beautiful diamonds, great setting. I like the kind of 3-stone design, but it's kind of more hidden. I liked the whiplash or intertwine shoulders that swell to the top where the halo goes around the stone. I just really like that as a design. Do I love it? I wouldn't get that carried away. When I do my designs, I go after something much more bold, much more notable, much more artistic. These are very wearable and becoming quite traditional. So on this one, I think I paid $350, and I would sell something like this for around $800, and it would sell very quickly at $800. Again, retail, you know, quote, on sale at, you know, $1,800, and then maybe they offer you that like flex pay or extend pay, and then you get it for like $1,200, but then you get nailed on, you know, the percentage, you know, the interest, the percentage of the interest is what I was trying to get at there. This one is about a 50-point estate diamond. That's from the late 1950s, early 1960s. Beautiful stone yet again, and very easy to put the gauge up on this. So if you look for the 50-point or the half carat round, then you're into this gauge. And then, like I said, you just kind of line it up. Make sure you don't see a lot of air around that stone. Make sure you don't see a lot of space around that stone. And you most certainly don't right at that. But when you go up here, you start to see a little bit of space. And then by here, there's a little bit too much space around that stone. So what do we have here? Oh, no. There we go. Now I'm at 40 points. There we go. I was a little bit, I had this at an angle. So again, look dead on at it, right over the stone. And that's 52 points. So that's a half carat. It's just under 52 points. See where that starts to show a little bit of air around the stone? So again, that's already for sure 45 points. Let's keep it straight on. That's the problem. I was tipping this, and then that's kind of the optics here. And when you get this in your hands, you'll understand what I'm saying. You'll totally get it. So that's a half a carat diamond. Very beautiful, very lovely. I think this came in a state and now it's paid for. So whatever I sell it for is profit. And you all know that, like I've said, when my phone rings, I answer the phone. And I was glad I did on this day. I got a call from the pawn shop and they said, we got in some new diamond rings. We're not sure they're going to be anything that you like. Usually I would say no to something like this because I don't like the additive 4 stones becoming optically 1 stone. I'm just not a fan of it. Some people absolutely love it. I understand why, because look at the dazzle and scintillation of 4 stones in an additive process to become the size of 1 stone. Great color, great clarity, and the way this is pave set, I love that little diamond bezel set on the side of that kind of cathedral mounting. Again, solid 14 karat white gold. I really loved the style of that one. So of the, let's say this, of the 63 rings I was offered, I purchased 1. I guess, I say I'm very selective both in stone quality and also in design. This one was very classic. Although the 4-stone additive process there, here's where they started to save people money years ago. So that stone as a whole stone would be, let's say, 1200 to 1400 in good color and in good clarity. And the 4 stones added up that way would save someone almost $1,000. I mean, I guess, those each would be, I would say, between $75 and $85 a piece, on the wholesale value. But the way this was constructed and that kind of Art Deco stepped mounting, step up off the sides, very clean, very clear, almost traditional in a way. I loved the style of that ring, and I forgave the 4-stone additive process. When you look at those, make sure that when you look from behind, I wish I could show on this one, I can't. When you look from behind underneath this filigree or pierced out fretwork from behind, when you look under there, make sure there's a channel holding all 4 stones. Make sure there's a metal channel that holds those 4 stones together. Sometimes early on, they were actually super gluing those diamonds into the mountings. And you might say, oh, they wouldn't do that. Oh, yes, they did. And then you'd put it in the ultrasonic cleaner when you got home, and you'd be missing all 4 stones after about a half hour. Do yourself a favor, stay away from ultrasonic cleaners. I don't think I've ever owned one. I've never owned one, and look how beautiful my diamonds look. I just use a toothbrush and maybe some off-brand like glass cleaner. You don't have to get carried away with an ultrasonic. It has a tendency to vibrate and shake the pave stones out. I was at a pawn shop 2 days ago, and a gentleman offered me a fabulous pair of Levion diamond stud earrings. I almost bought them, and I took a second and I said, I think this is missing a stone. When I got my loop out, don't you know that those earrings were missing 2 stones? There were 2 diamonds out that I couldn't see with my naked eye, and I have very good eyesight. And when I looked at that, I thought, wow, I almost made a $250 mistake. And I had asked him, and I already knew the answer. I said, did you put these in an ultrasonic cleaner? And he said, well, how did you know? And I wanted to say, well, because 2 stones are out. You shook 2 stones right out of the mounting. And I said, well, it looks as though maybe 2 stones are, missing, and maybe that happened in that process. I knew it happened in that process. And when he took a look, he said, well, those stones were there before I cleaned them. And I thought, go check your ultrasonic, and you're probably going to have 50 or 60 tiny diamonds. Pave, size diamonds stuck in the bottom of your ultrasonic. So please, a note to those people watching, do not ultrasonic anything. I just don't. I just have never. This is 18 karat gold. I picked this up about halfway through the year. I'd seen this ring twice, and I just couldn't decide if it was a yes or a no. Normally when that happens with me, I walk away and I don't go back. If I'm on the fence, I normally already know that it's a no. If I revisit something because it's been on my mind, then I realize, oh, I made a mistake and I gotta go back. So there's a fine line there between, the immediate purchase, which most of these were, and then a little bit of time to decide. I love the mixture of that ribbon twist of baguettes, again I would consider them VS or VVS diamonds, probably GH in color. I'll get into diamond grading this year and how I do it and my practical guide to doing so. There are a lot of videos by a lot of professionals on YouTube, and I only give you the information that has steered me on my path and gotten me to the success that I've obtained. I think that these diamonds are absolutely fabulous and that they're in 18 karat gold. It is just at 1 carat of diamonds, but I love that mixture of the rounds and baguettes. We are halfway through the tray, and I promised myself in my brain I would only make this video about 30 minutes. So we're halfway there. This is 14 karat white gold. Remember, white gold is rhodium plated. You'll see some variance in the metal color there. That's important to note. See the rich rhodium plating that makes it look almost white or gray? Look where that rubbed up against another ring. You can see where that rubbed up against. That's just the rhodium plating. A lot of times when you find such pieces at the thrift stores, a consignment shop, a flea market, people think that these are fake. people think that these rings are fake. And the reason for that is because the plating is worn. And they say to themselves, well, that's brass coming through some other metal. It's marked 14 karat, but that sure isn't real. No, that's genuine 14 karat gold with a rich rhodium plating that turns it white. These diamonds, again, spectacular, really well thought out, and I loved that illusion setting of that large princess cut diamond and then framed in a tiny halo of 8 round diamonds to make it look so much larger. And I love the way they kind of raised those prongs up to show that that was like a more important stone. I thought that mounting was just very cool, very classy. When I buy such things, they don't last long. Again, I think I paid on this one maybe $350 or $380. I'll look back at my receipts. I think retail on this one is well excess of $1,200 or $1,500. If I can buy at a fifth of retail or even less, then I'm in. Most of the time, I beat retail by at least two, at least double. This one just came in. Me and Jeremy were at the pawn shop, and I looked in the case and I said, Jeremy, I think that's a for sure yes. These diamonds are absolutely beautiful. And that's why, as a gemstone, do I love diamonds? Well, I love diamonds, but I love turquoise, and I love Bakelite plastic jewelry. So I love rhinestones. It's just another material. I've never looked at them as strictly a luxury good. I've looked at them as a beautiful accent to jewelry. I've never really went that crazy with them. I have bought diamonds for investment. I have purchased diamonds for my own collection for investment. We'll talk about those in coming videos of why I put certain amounts of money into certain things. I don't want to get too far into that because we're just looking at beautiful tonight, and I just wanted to say thank you to all of you and happy Thanksgiving once again. I hope you're nestled in at home with all of your family. And just remember, tell everybody that you love them today and every day. This is another additive process ring. You can see the quality of the center diamonds is not the best, but optically it sure holds up. And again, that saved someone a lot of money, but that mounting is what I went after. I just thought that that was really beautiful. And if I could save a new bride and groom, $1,000 or $800, I'll absolutely do it. And stylistically, this is still very popular. That center stone looks like a cushion cut diamond. It's actually 4 pie-shaped diamonds. And look how carefully they set those in there. This ring is much more beautiful in real life. And just so you know, I will be selling, I think the whole tray is basically for sale. So we will be bringing some onto the Bully Run Coffee site on YouTube. Maybe in our next sale, and if not, probably in the sale after that. This one's 14 karat white gold. I think I got part of a polishing cloth on that one, but look at the center stone. I think that's about 60 points in the center. But again, that high raised mounting, you ask yourself, why do they always raise diamonds up so high? Look at all the light that would go through there, not only from this undercarriage or the gallery space, but also underneath those prongs. Look how brilliant that diamond is. I wish you could see these out in daylight because boy, do they shine. They are so bright and so beautiful, and this lighting sometimes just doesn't do them justice. So I hope you can see the dispersion in that one. And look, I might actually finish a few minutes early because I'm not dragging this out. I just want to get the information out there to all of you. And I hope you always find some piece of information in my videos that will help you and assist you in finding these pieces. Again, please continue to check the thrift stores, check the antique malls, check consignment shops, go to garage sales. The stuff is still out there. I keep telling people that's the way I built my business. In a week, I would go to upwards to 20 or 30 sales in a week. So I say to you, go out and look. Don't just sit back and relax. If you do, someone else will find it. A star, hearts, and moons pierced out of this very high quality 18 karat gold, solid 18 karat gold. Look at the shank system on that. Look how thick and robust that shank system is for 18 karat. 4 diamonds set on this side and 4 diamonds set on this side. And these are VVS, very, very white diamonds. Some of the highest quality diamonds, they almost look like CZs, but I brought them home, made sure that they were right. And again, I stay away from right now the lab created stones. I do love them, but I'm staying away from them just for right now. I want to see what the market's going to do. So many of us in the gem world have talked amongst each other, and a lot of us are just highly confused by what the lab created diamond market is going to do to the natural diamond market. So look at that though. How fantastic of a ring. Very artistic, very architectural, and something that I had to have in my inventory. Went into the shop, they just put it out, and I said, nope, put that back in a box. I'm taking it home with me. So I guess we'll end on this one just for today, and I should thank you one more time. And I'm going to do some videos this next week, I believe starting next Monday. I might do a string of 7 videos. I'm going to give it a go again to get me to that 10,000 subscriber mark. It is a milestone for me, and it's a big one. I am so thankful. I still... it's like I don't want to wake up from this dream. It seems like a dream from time to time to be so widely accepted, to be trusted, to make people laugh, to make people feel comfortable, to give people something to look forward to in videos. And all the comments that I receive, it pushes me forward. It makes me want to continue to do this for all of you. So I thank you all so much for the support. And this one is 14 karat gold. Again, for contemporary, I didn't mind because the price was so right. And I figured if I can't buy the gold and the raw goods in the diamonds, I have to purchase these things for resale. That one is well over 1.5 carat total weight. I think it's like 1.75 carat approximately. But the style, the elegance, the classiness of this was something that I was really drawn to. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I am gonna go now and spend a little bit more time with my family and my friends, and I thank all of you so much from the bottom of my heart. Please remember, go over to Jeremy and go over to Bully Run Coffee and do him a favor and just peruse the website. If you have questions on any of his spectacular blends, please reach out to him via email or phone, and he will walk you through the ordering process. He takes a lot of care and a lot of time to do what he does. This is his baby. This is what he loves. I am this, and Jeremy is coffee. So please go over and place your orders for the holidays. Why? Who wouldn't want a bag of fresh coffee, for Christmas? It's like the best gift you could give someone, really. So thank you all so much again. Please go forward with love and kindness, and I look forward to seeing you soon. You know how I end this in classic Jason style. I love you because I do.